was a kid, I was told you could be anything you want, even the President of the United States of America. But if I could be anything, I would not be the President of the United States of America. Instead, I would rather be his first-grade teacher. If I could be anything, I would be that silly wiggle in every child's soul, inspiring their feet to jump into puddles in their Sunday finery. If I could be anything, I would be as old as the day you were born and as young as the day you die. I would live in infamy. Shit. Technology. If I could be anything, I would be as old as the day you were born and as young as the day you die. I would live in infamy because I would never be what you expect except when it comes to love. If I could be anything, I would be a Zen poet writing poetry on the insides of his eyelids while sitting in the last mouth of the last forgotten cave looking out over eternity. If I could be anything, I would be prose singing forgiveness like the Temptations on crack. If I could be anything, I would be an atom bomb. Except when they came to push the button, I would say no. If I could be anything, I would be that one guy that hung Jesus up to die, except I would let him live. So today, instead of being taught about original sin, we would learn about original innocence. If I could be anything, I would be Bambi, because Bambi taught me how to be sad and that sometimes it's okay. If I could be anything, I would be the ocean, because the ocean taught me what it is to be endless. If I could be anything, I would be a fire escape ladder climbing the back of those rust-colored bricks, gently cradling your life, waiting to save you. If I could be anything, I would be a soldier. I would be a warrior. I'd be fighting on the front lines to eradicate the very concept that war is a necessity and has a place at our table. If I could be anything, I would be an idea blossoming through the cracked mortar of a closed mind, soaking up the rain. If I could be anything, I would be a priest, and I would say, come, get married, and it doesn't matter if your parts match. All that matters is that your hearts are attached. If I could be anything, I would be the evolution that connected us back to the earth. If I could be anything, I would be playful, I would be loving, I would be fun, I would be brave, I would be humble, I would someday be a great father, I would be a poet, I would be a revolutionary, I would be a revolutionary poet, I would be giving, I would be steady, I would be a smile, I would be a lesson, I would be a mountain, I would be a river, I would be honest, I would be an open palm, I would be a great husband, I would be a great brother, I would be a great son, I would be so much, I could be so much. But if you boil it all down, I would rather be right here, right now, with you. Because if you think that you will ever be better in the future, or maybe that you were better in the past, you will miss how amazing you are right now. Do you remember Olympia? That beautiful way station in Washington where we ran headlong into each other like shooting stars, chasing dreams. I remember your hair the most, falling like sunbeams through redwood trees, and I couldn't decide if I'd rather climb them to heaven or rest forever in the mystery of their shade. You were like a poem in another language that I could not stop reading until I understood every star in your eyes. When we first met, we communicated by laughing, throwing chuckles and giggles and full-out laughs at the language barrier till it collapsed, because she's German. It's true, it was tough at first, but we did laugh a lot. So that I could see that I want to spend my life with you. I do want to spend my life with you. I want to follow the lines on your face as they grow deeper with every smile, and play the strings of your guitar while you sing of every joy-filled step as we waltz through the sky. I remember a time where we sat cross-legged on the Sound and floated over clouds of jellyfish, and I watched you come out of your cocoon like a butterfly full of promise and dance in the sun's waterfall. You said, I'm not an artist, but baby, you have always been so good at painting smiles on my face. Now, things weren't always so good. There was that time in Chicago where we got into a fight at 4 in the morning and you ran out the door into the winter night and I had to play detective and follow your footprints through the freshly fallen snow. But when I found you, you opened your arms and I was home. Now, I know it's been 2 years since we said our I do's, and never mind that when the man said, "Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?" I just said yes. Yes. That yes has become every single breath. And so yes, I do. And I know that the same is still true, that you make my skies blue, and that you are just as new as the first day that my eyes became glued to you. That you give my heart adrenaline shots with your eyes, and those butterflies, damn, are they frisky. You are my wildflower mountain muse, and when you wake up, you are so sexy, you make the dawn blush. And you give my soul goosebumps with every touch. But most of all, I would just like to say how happy and proud I am to call you my partner. I could keep going, but I'll stop here with the most important words I've ever said. Yes.